teller of stories. What do you want on the show? What's going on?
I wanted to talk a bit about, by the way, thanks for having me on. I wanted to talk a bit about Butch Hartman and why this whole fan base, the whole controversy surrounding him is all stupid.
Give me the story here. How did this start?
What happened was he started a YouTube channel. No one really liked it except kids. And then he started like a Kickstarter, and he wanted to start like a family-friendly entertainment network or whatever the fuck. So he started a family-friendly entertainment network or whatever.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of YouTubers started coming up and saying, we don't, nobody wants to fund you. It's all family-friendly. And then he gets funded and he proves all these YouTubers wrong. And now they're all upset. And now they're digging into his history and they're like, oh, look, he's a Christian. He's trying to brainwash people into becoming Christians because he wanted to put his own Christian values into his own work.
Yeah.
And the whole thing just makes absolutely no sense. And now, like, they're digging into his history. Like, I'm not sure if you saw the video, but Butch Hartman had this thing where he made a bad joke about the death of the person that used to voice Timmy Turner. And
it was Mary Bergman or something like that, and she used to voice all the South Park, like literally every female South Park role. Yeah. But no, and I heard about that, and I researched that, and I saw the video, and he's clearly joking. He's clearly like,
is that
he literally says, "I'm just kidding" after he does that.
People want a reason to complain. Like, that's the problem with the internet. It's just they just want a reason to be angry. Like, you even said it on Twitter. You were like, kids are getting shot in Chicago. Like, people are getting knifed here. People are dying. Like, systematic oppression, all of this. And you guys want to complain about a fucking Kickstarter campaign about Christian values. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I think it's pretty good. I don't know. It was getting really low when he was like talking about, oh, hey, don't like listen to negative people on the internet who like throw shit at you. And they were trying to use that as a point for why he's a bad person. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, this is a guy who's been in Hollywood for 30 years. And when you work in entertainment to an extent, you start understanding that the opinions that really matter are the people who are going to fund you. And the reality is that a lot of times that's people behind the scenes, you know, with lots of money, whether their parents had money, whether they have a startup company and it took off. It's never going to be random kids on the internet. And also, this was something that I found funny. So they're making a big deal out of him, you know, doing a light joke. Or light or heavy, whatever. It wasn't like a good joke, but it was a joke. And so I was like, oh, did this like just happen? Did this woman just die? Because I didn't know. I didn't know who. No. People were just saying
she didn't.
She died in 1999. Yeah, she died in 1999, and so that's 20 years ago. And I'm just trying to think, what percent of these people complaining were adults 20 years ago?
No, even ignoring that, right? Okay, so you have all these people like, oh, I can't believe he dissed death. He's not even taking the death seriously, blah, 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 blah. But then I'm scrolling down, and then it's all these people posting, like, anime gifs from fucking JoJo going, whoa, Nani? Like, it's stupid. Like, you're complaining about Butch Hartman not taking the situation seriously, but you're posting all these anime gifs and memes as responses to the video. Like, are you stupid? It's just, like, the whole situation is dumb to me because it's just like, we found this one guy and we're gonna try to take him down, when in reality he hasn't done anything wrong. So it's just like, I don't know, man. I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on it. Like,
well, somebody said he did something shady with his Kickstarter, but I'm trying to figure out what that was. What was shady with his Kickstarter?
He was really vague with his Kickstarter. That's the only thing. But my whole thing is, if you didn't like the Kickstarter, just don't fund it.
Yeah, just don't fund it.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah. No, that is a good point. Because, like, okay, if something's vague, if something's sketchy, you know, oh god, I listed like a $7,000 camera on Craigslist, and like I was getting guys who said they lived in Tennessee, but then like they had like a Middle Eastern accent, and it sounded like their connection was like from Fallujah or some shit. And like I'm talking to the guy, and he's like, "Give me your PayPal, email," and I'm like, you know, okay, like that's vague, but like if I actually fall for that, that's my fault, because this dude is not a thespian. He's a fucking he's a PayPal stealer guy. So, but I mean, I don't know, Butch Hartman, but again,
I see what they were saying about with why they're saying that he was lying with everything. It's that because of how vague he was, people funded his thing thinking it was going to be additional, like, Fairly Odd Parents and Danny
But he
Phantom
didn't say
stuff.
that though.
I know,
Like,
but like people thought that was what it was going to be.
He can't even
and then it
legally
wasn't.
do that, can he?
I don't think he can.
Nickelodeon owns that. He doesn't own that.
No. Exactly.
it's just people came in with these expectations. I don't even think it was like an expectation thing. Like I saw a bunch of videos about it. It was like he said. In fact, one of the biggest criticisms of it was like, it's family-friendly entertainment, and that's boring. I mean, that's boring to me. So I didn't fund it. I just looked at it and said, hey, Butch Hartman. And I'm not even like a big fan of Butch Hartman, right? Like I think I see his videos and I go, wow, this guy's really corny, and I'm not big on him. It's like, it's just interesting to see that people are just trying to. It feels like people are trying to leech off his successes in a way. So I kind of rate what he did, where it was like, you're all weak and you're all critics, even if like it kind of builds into the whole toxic thing. It was really annoying. I didn't appreciate it.
He's been in Hollywood for so long. He's not really concerned with it's a very much manufactured outrage. And it's like, like I understand where he's coming from, where like, people only care about like these two things, but they don't understand that he can't legally do it. If I was in Butch Hartman's shoes, I probably would have done something similar. Probably not exactly how he did it, but it's like, if I'm known for Fairly Odd Parents and what he made, Danny Phantom.
Yeah, those are the two big ones, and then he made whatever.
Yeah,
no one cares about the rest.
Yeah.
He's done a few.
So he has those two big properties, which I doubt he owns, because usually you sign over everything when it maybe not Danny Phantom, but definitely Fairly Odd Parents. When you're like not really known, you have to sign over all your rights, and it sucks.
That happened to the Boondocks. Carry on, sir.
Yeah. So. And through being vague, he was able to use the celebrity of those shows to get his funding to accomplish what he wants to do. And it's like, that's smart business, fuck, like people want to act like it's so evil. Like, what did he do that was really ethically wrong at the end of the day? Like, if it's vague, like if people don't want to read the fine print, it's like a contract. Like if you read like not even read, if you sign a contract without reading it, or if you sign a contract that's vague, or you sign a contract that's like, oh, well, we verbally discussed this, but it's not in the contract. If you do that stuff, like, dude, that's kind of your fault, like, at the end of the day. So I don't know. Nobody wants to be. Let me see his. What was the name of his studio? I want to see what people.
It was like OAXIS. OAXIS. He got 250,000, I believe.
Okay. Wait. OAXIS Entertainment. Let me see.
Yeah.
What I like to look at is not how much money he got. I like to see how many people took the really high tiers. So let's give a look here.
Oh God.
So 180 people gave $100 or more. 63 people gave $250 or more. This is peanuts. Hold on.
Nobody gave the 10,000.
20 people gave $1,000. This guy got $20,000 from just 20 people.
Man.
He got
he got
another
more than
20,000 from just 4 people because of the 5,000 group video call. They paid $5,000 just to talk to fucking Butch Hartman.
He got $50,000 to
Thank
animate
you.
5 people in an OAXIS animated production.
Okay, so 5 people paid $10,000 to
be animated.
I mean, that one isn't nearly as like wild as the group video call, because that's free. That doesn't cost him anything. Like, okay, the animated character, that's a lot of labor.
Hour.
That's a lot of labor to do that.
There's one pretty bad one in there though. It was like, I forgot. I'll back Butch Hartman all the way, but this one I'm a bit like, yeah. It's like, what's it called? You pay like, I don't know how much money it was, but it was like a couple thousand, and you could be a voice in something. As in, like, you can audition or whatever, but it doesn't prove that you're going to be in.
Yeah, that's the animated. Well, that's the animated.
Oh, is that
character.
the same one? Okay, yeah.
Well, all of them don't say.
Acting role in an OAXIS live action. You'll become an actual character. No, that's not it. It's
No, the one above it.
Yeah.
The one above it that says you can become. He's so purposely odd with how he words it.
I think
Well,
that
for
one.
$10,000, I might.
Well, no, maybe they'll do the character, but they might like hire someone to do the voice or something like that.
No, they said you can become an animated character, and it will to not only look like you, but it will be voiced by you as well.
It's still so
OAXIS
funny.
Entertainment has final approval of all designs and vocal selections.
Give me $10,000 so I can use your likeness. That's really good. People fall for this shit, dude. Dude, why can't I get anybody to fall for this shit? This sucks. All right, I mean, they're probably all like kids or like man kids or
they're definitely all man kids because look at the backlash. That's not like children. Children would have just been like, Butch Hartman's gay.
No, but children like it. It's just the adults, grown adults that have nothing better to do.
It's the adults that wanted Fairly Odd Parents again that aren't.
It's the adults complaining about SpongeBob episodes. Like,
I like all the voice actors like talking shit on him and committing career suicide. That's really funny to me because like
I had no idea that they were even doing that.
Yeah,
I just saw a bunch of.
I was seeing a couple, like, I mean, you get some people who are like, oh, voice actor guy, and, they're trying to be professional. And it's like, nah, you probably don't want to talk down on the new studio that's probably going to be hiring a lot of voiceover talent. You probably don't want to do that. That's probably not smart business. But anyway, I mean, they're voice actors, not businessmen. What do you want, And they should be both. I encourage them to be both, but a lot of them aren't. So, that's just what it is. Teller of stories, storyteller, the storyteller. If there's nothing else, we got to go on to our next segment here.
Yeah, it's cool. Don't worry. Peace.